Hey everyone, I'm Barbara Niven, and I'm joined by my wonderful co-stars, Cameron Matheson.
Hey.
He's adorable, gorgeous, and really the nicest guy in show business too.
100%.
That can't be true coming from you two. I'm telling you, you guys are.
And let me welcome the star of our show, Allison Sweeney, who plays my gorgeous daughter. Say hi,
Allie.
Hi, everybody.
We are so excited to share our latest Hannah Swensen Mystery with you called A Carrot Cake Murder. It's going to air May 19th on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. And it was so fun, wasn't it, you guys?
Yeah, it was a blast getting back together again, seeing everybody.
So fun to have the gang back together.
Yep. And Allie, you and I, we stayed together while we were shooting. We always do. Which is really.
We had so much fun staying together. It was awesome. It's my favorite part of the filming is getting to come home to you. You have a glass of wine ready. She makes me run my lines, Cameron. So in case you're wondering why I was so prepared.
No, it's the best.
It's the actor's code. We help each other.
One of my favorite things is coming to work, and then if everybody watching, if Barbara doesn't have scenes, that day she'll run Mike scenes with Allie, with Hannah. And so she'll be playing Mike because they're staying together, they're roommates. And then Allie will, come to the, and she'll tell me like the notes that Barbara gave for Mike while they're running lines as my character. And I'm like, oh my God, those are good notes. Like, why didn't I think of that?
That's what's so fun about this whole team, because it's such a creative effort, not just us as actors, but from the writers and the producers. And Allie, you are executive producer and owner of this whole thing, aren't you?
I am. I hope doing a good job leading this band of merry travelers. We have a good time together.
Oh, we sure do. And Allie, you're such a good producer, including helping wash up something. Do you remember what we did on set that one day when
my
gosh, the red wine?
Oh no, Cam! I don't even know if you heard this story. Maybe
I don't think
the
so.
next day. I think you made an awkward joke. I think Cameron made some uncomfortable joke the next day, not realizing he was stepping in like dangerous territory. But the night before, it was a girl scene, just you and me and Tess and Tracy, our very talented makeup and now award-winning makeup artist. In case you guys don't know, she won a Canadian movie award. And it was late at night. We're all tired, and we're filming this scene where we're all meant to have a glass of red wine. And her makeup bag, probably my bag, is just so overwhelming with stuff, filled with stuff she needs to fix my face. And boom, it knocked over an entire glass of red wine on the white carpet.
Oh, yeah.
And white couch that we were sitting on too. And so, and we couldn't have chosen white wine, for this because
that's right. And the next day, I made a joke. The next day, I was working with you, Allie, and we were sitting there, and there was red wine. And I made some sort of joke. I mean, I had no idea what happened, right? I had no idea the drama that ensued.
It was traumatizing.
And I was like, made some sort of like improv on the red wine, ruining the thing, and everybody got like all
Tracy,
quiet, serious.
Like, oh, really? You're gonna bring this up too? And I was like, no, he has no idea.
I had no idea.
But the amazing part of that story, though, is that Dave Peltier, our phenomenal DP, like Superman, ran to the rescue. Had some sort of secret trick for how to get red wine out of white fabric. And boom, in like 6 minutes of just some good old fashioned elbow grease, like we were back to filming. It was kind of remarkable, actually.
This is the director of photography people.
Literally dove like Superman onto over the table.
And he's not in the room when you're filming. So all of us, especially like, the girls, we're sort of hysterical, like, oh my God, what's going to happen? The movie's so ruined, blah, blah, blah. And then he comes from another, like somewhere else on the property. He has this like secret tent that's all in the dark that he works from. He comes like flying in, opens the door, pushes people aside, like gently, moves people aside, and like dives onto this carpet and starts like a doctor, like, I need stitches, stat, like, give me water, boil some water. And
there should be,
crazy.
There should be a reality show just on Dave. So everybody that like when Allie said he's a DP, director of photography. So he's like she says, back in the tent. He is such a character.
Yeah.
He deserves his own reality show. He is the biggest problem solver. I mean, I had no idea he knew how to deal with red wine, but he's in there at every level, kind of like you, Allie, every level trying to solve problems in every category. And, you know, I guess everybody is, but he's a real character. For sure.
It was a classic moment. We'll definitely have to give Tracy some red wine as a
definitely
gift.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get to some of these great questions that Hallmark Movies and Mysteries sent our way. Okay, guys, you ready?
Yeah, yep. I'm ready.
All right. First question is, Hannah, Detective Mike, and Dolores are back solving.
Wait, I love how you say Hannah. You can't help but say it the way Dolores says Hannah. You're like, Hannah? And then moved on.
It is. Hannah.
I felt immediately like I was in trouble already. I was like, oh my God, she just started asking the question.
Well, this time around, our characters are trying to solve a murder that happened 25 years ago, right? Who wants to tell us a little bit more about the story without giving it away?
No spoilers. All right, so the first of all, all the fans by this point know I am obsessed with true crime. I love those podcasts. I'm so fascinated. But in particular, I really love the idea of these cold cases. You know, something that happened a long time ago and that it was not resolved for one way or another. And in this particular case, I think what's so interesting is that they uncover a body that no one even knew was missing. I mean, they didn't even know to look for this guy. So immediately Hannah's interest is piqued. And
of course.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
And I think the setup is interesting because in some ways the police have like current crimes to solve, right? There's ongoing issues that Mike has to deal with that like happened now, today, in the present. And his boss doesn't want him like digging around some old bones. It's not as important to figure out what happened to some old like guy 25 years ago. So I think that's the setup of this movie, this story, this mystery that allows Hannah to have a little more involvement than she normally does in the actual like evidence and crime scene and stuff like that.
And you know what my favorite part was? I got to go undercover.
Yeah.
Dolores is now undercover.
Yeah,
that was gold. That was gold. As soon as I read that in the script, by the way, as soon as I saw that in the script, I was like, all right, this is gold. This is going to be good.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. We can't say more than that, but yeah.
So fun. I'm dying for this character. I love playing Dolores. I love being close with you, Allie, and you, Cam. So it's a gift.
What stands out for you, Cameron, in regards to the storyline? Like, was there something different about this mystery?
Well, yeah, there's an interesting dynamic. By this time, Mike and Hannah, it's very clear, are a really good team as far as the problems, as far as the crime solving, and the dynamic of obviously Mike being a detective and having access to so many things that Hannah wouldn't have access to. There's like a really cool kind of vibe back and forth. Now, there's something that happens in this particular film where it gets a little challenging and a little kind of prickly with respect to the team of Mike and Hannah. And it's a new dynamic that causes some issues. Like it's not like Mike doesn't want Hannah to be, in there doing her thing anymore because he gets a kick out of every fight. It's an aspect of Hannah that Mike finds very attractive now. And it's almost brought them closer together. But there's some other elements from Mike's work, in the department.
Mike has a balancing act, right?
Yeah, that's a good way to say it. It's a balancing act, and I think it adds a really interesting dynamic to this particular kind of crime-solving journey that Hannah's on and Mike is on. But it's and then also there's a big twist at the end. I got to say that you got to stay and watch the end because there's the big twist.
So let me ask you, now that you are engaged as a couple in the show, has it changed how you work together? Oh, and has it affected your relationship too?
I think there's a level of acceptance. Sure. Don't you, Allie? Like there's a real deep team. Like, for those that have been in a situation where you're engaged or you're in a real serious partnership on some level, that aspect of being a team, it just gets to a deeper level. And I think the fact that Hannah and Mike are engaged, there's a real deep acceptance of what's going to happen, between the two of them. And I love the feeling of that teamwork and just kind of almost finishing each other's sentences in a sense. Allie?
Yeah, there's a really cute moment where she's like, there's certain clues that they're trying to figure out, and Mike really puts it to her like, okay, so what does that mean? And then she's like, like she has to sort of solve it herself. And then he's like, that's one possibility. Or it could be like, what else? And then she's like, well, I guess it could be this. And then he kind of is like impressed that she's, you know, putting it together and figuring it out. And she's excited that she's sort of like, you know, in detective school. Like she's doing nighttime detectiving. And it's really cute.
Okay. My character, Dolores, really is excited for a wedding. She's now come around to being Team Mike. Okay. But why is the wait? Well, how long is it going to take you guys to tie them up?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. But all good things, I mean, all good things take time. You got to develop it. And they both have history and they've both been like through things in their life. So they've got to, you know, like, I get it. My mother-in-law. I understand that.
I know Dolores wants a wedding. Come on.
Yeah.
I want bridesmaids. I want fabric, colors. Come on, at least give me that.
So, and this is where, like, it's really fun to turn to the books, the novels that Joanne Fluke wrote. We have to give a shout out, of course, to the fabulous Joanne Fluke,
you, Joanne,
who wrote these amazing characters, these wonderful stories. I can't even keep track of how many novels there are. I think we might already be at 30.
Wow.
So there are a lot. But one of the things that's like, you know, something that we all struggle with, and I think the fans probably feel the same way when they read the books, is that Hannah struggles to make a decision. I'm like trying to find a way to describe her. She's got relationship issues, I guess, and in some ways she kind of likes the status quo. You know, she's not unhappy with how things are, and so every time I read another Joanne Fluke novel, or, you know, the Hannah Swensen Mysteries, I always just shake my head at the way Joanne manages to drag out these stories. I'm like, come on, Joanne. Let's because we all feel the same way. Everyone wants that, but I think she's right to torture us.
Hannah uses her. This is another question from Hallmark. Hannah uses her baking skills to get information from her potential suspects. What is each of your go-to baked good that you like to indulge in?
Oh.
Well, I mean, I think I've by this time I've made it very clear that I don't do well with gluten and all this kind of stuff that I don't normally eat. So these movies are my real indulgence. Like doing these movies are where I really get to indulge in things that I wouldn't normally make at home. Do you know what I'm saying? So
I do know that every time Dolores hides her fear or any emotion in chocolate chip cookies that Hannah makes. How many chocolate cookies did I have to eat that one day? And then in Peach Cobbler Mystery, I had to take a bite in it. I'm barely fit in my wardrobe after that movie.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Cameron's favorite is the peanut butter, but he doesn't like to admit it.
Yeah, no, peanut butter is my jam. In fact, like this is going to be really kind of boring for everybody who really likes to indulge, but so that I can indulge it, there's a little twist on the peanut butter cookie, which is typically my favorite cookie. We do this like almond butter chocolate chip version at home with almond flour and it's sort of my go-to at home. But if I'm really going to go for it, I go for the real deal peanut butter cookie that Hannah Swensen makes.
This is totally off topic, but there's a place near you that I know, Cam, that makes a gluten-free pumpkin donut that is seriously the most delicious donut. And I ordered them for, because it's right near where Megan used to ride horses, right where you used to live, Barbara. And it's this cute little cafe. And I would go in and get this pumpkin donut for months. And then finally one day I looked at the sign and I was like, what does GF mean? And he was like, yeah, gluten-free. And I was like, I've been eating a gluten-free donut for like a year and I had no idea. I literally had no idea. It's worth the drive out. I'll send you his info.
Yeah, you got to send me just the name of it. It's got to be around because I know it's right close to me.
Okay.
Sorry.
Maybe we can find some donuts for one week.
Yeah, exactly. My favorite cookie, if I had to choose like one, on a desert island, the only cookie I'd ever have again would be like those terrible, really bad for you sugar cookies with the frosting. I'm embarrassed.
I bet you like sprinkles.
But you know which ones I mean.
I do.
The like loft house cookies.
Everybody does. Everybody does. They have them for all seasons, for all holidays, right? Like they make
for a good reason, right?
What's that?
Because for a good reason, because they know the people want them.
I'm not sure 100% that it's like kind of a from scratch in there. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a feeling. Feeling there's some ingredients in there that we can't pronounce. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Right. That could be. I'll give that to you.
Okay, mine would be, I don't like sweets. I don't know why. I like savory and salty, cheesy. So mine would be a bagel with the work. That's what I'd have.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
more of a savory.
More savory.
I love that our whole episode today is about like our favorite baked goods. But feel free in the comments to weigh in on what your favorite dessert is, and maybe that will inspire us for the next episode. We'll keep you in mind.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
And here is the next question. Okay, as our characters get closer to solving the murder, hidden secrets from their close friends and colleagues start to unravel. Can you each give a clue the viewers should be on the lookout for as they sleuth along while they watch the mystery?
Without giving it away too much.
I can. One.
Yeah, go. You start.
And it's not who, like there's no here on giving it away at all. But one of the clues that Dolores loved undercover, it's called harem pants.
Oh,
she had harem pants. Yeah.
Or hammer pants is like empty
that's
hammer.
So Dolores, is she so uncool as am I that I always got it wrong?
I think it's the same thing. I don't think you're wrong.
I will say I know what hammer pants are, but I don't know what harem pants are. So when you first said harem pants, I was kind of like,
because I actually wore them back in the days, guys.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s. They were cool, like MC Hammer,
Yeah. Right, I know what hammer pants are. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But we call them harem pants.
That's maybe the clue that like isn't too specific to say that one of the amazing other things about this being a cold case is figuring out when the person did die and the circumstances around it. And so you do get this feel from the early 1990s. At one point we find a pager and there's some pager jokes in there that Mike has. And I just thought that was like such a fun retro, like just flashback for all of us to indulge in, like, what all went on there in the 90s.
It's a good point. The fact that it's a cold case and obviously taking place, in modern times. So there's this big time difference. It brings in an interesting new kind of level and dynamic of suspect, like, and how many of the suspects from back, like you say, in the 90s are related to today, and the connection between it's a whole different kind of dimension of trying to solve it. And I think it's actually really fascinating.
Yeah, I think this is a real smart mystery. Joanne Fluke is great. And then Allie, as executive producer, hones every bit. Your fingerprints are all over every single thing. But I think this is one of the best ones. And also because the characters, I just think the characters.
I got to give a shout out to Melissa Sammons, who wrote this particular episode. Yeah. And she's written another one for us. And she's written two Hannah Swensen stories, and she's so talented. So she deserves a huge shout out for working with Joanne's stories, but making them, current and relevant, fun for us, and fun for us to play.
And Allie's obviously but we would to Barbara's point. For people at home, you see producer and you're not really sure, how much they're helping. Are they just kind of like, involved in the finances or whatever? But Allison is literally involved in every aspect of these pictures, like every single point from the script and polishing and making it sense and going through tweaks and edits and then pitching it network and then finding locations and going up early and solving problems of scheduling like this. When you see the movie, these locations have to be timed with certain aspects and when they're available and the script and the cast. And then you've got nightmares like me who, give like restrictions on like what days I'm available. And things,
no.
And so Allie's literally part of all of that from the beginning and end. She's not only shooting the movie and acting in it, but she's involved with the director. She's involved with the DP. And
you make it sound nice, but I think it's more that I'm like OCD. I'm a very controlling person, so I appreciate you putting a nice spin on it.
But it's important to say. It's important to say because people might just think, she got the rights to them, so they put her name as executive producer. But that's not the case. Like,
no, she's on every bit of
these projects,
and she's an author too. So I'm proud of you, Allie. As your TV mom.
Stop!
Okay,
I will say though, that it is complicated, especially for Cameron, because we have to take him away from his leading role in General Hospital, of whom I have many friends over there, including his EP there, Frank, whom I adore. And I constantly am like, please don't make Frank mad. And I say to my partners over here when we are doing the scheduling, I'm like, we can't do this to Frank. Like, he needs notice. So he's in my thoughts all the time.
He's unbelievable. He's been so amazing. To your point, he's been so great. I'm so grateful that it's been able to work out and basically, not, be too much of an inconvenience, obviously, for shooting these movies, and also not too much of an inconvenience for GH. So it's been great.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move on to you, Barbara.
Okay.
All
right. Moving along with what Hallmark Movies and Mysteries sent us. Okay, they said to wrap up our live chat, we have a Guess the Character game with only a few clues. Who could this be? All right. Guess along with us in the comments. Clues. She's back in town. Using her keen photographic eye to help find clues. Ready to help ensure Hannah gets whatever she wants for her wedding. And who am I?
Cameron needs to show his detective skills here.
I already got it. I already got it right away. The second clue for me was the second clue. Yeah, it was the second clue.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so Michelle Swensen is back again, ladies.
That's right. More Michelle.
Yes. So thank you so much for joining us for this live chat. We love you dearly. And if you didn't watch, we wouldn't have come back and we wouldn't get to do what we love and make more of these great Joanne Fluke mysteries for you. So our new movie, just to reiterate, Allie, when is it airing?
It is airing Friday, May 19th. But I also, before I let you all go, this may be the first time I'm telling you both in person. So I'm going to share this with you, but it's a little news you may have seen out. It'll have made headlines earlier. But I'm going to need you both to report to work again soon because we're making another Hannah Swensen mystery very soon.
Dolores says thank you. Thank you.
Except Dolores has costumes now for her new undercover roles. I suspect you bought you have paraphernalia now for your detective.
Remember the glasses?
Yeah. So there is more fun, Hannah, in store. Cameron, in particular, I felt you and I both felt strongly the fans need to know that there's more coming. But we can't just let the last episode end without them knowing. You'll know what happens next.
Yeah, very excited. I'm super excited.
We're all so excited to share this newest movie with you.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We loved talking to all of you. We can't wait to read all your comments about your favorite cookies and whatnot. Maybe you'll see it in a Hannah Swensen coming soon. But be sure to tune in to Hannah Swensen Carrot Cake Murder, premiering May 19th, Friday at 9 p.m. 8 Central.
Yes, coming up very soon. And we're going to do something very special too. We're going to have a Facebook Live like we always do as a countdown to our premiere. So join us an hour before the show is actually going to air on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. You're going to go to my Facebook page at Barbara Niven. And Cam, you're going to be there. Yes.
Yep, I'll
and
join
we're going to get Gabe. We're going to get Norman, your favorite. I mean,
I know.
No, I'm literally
surrounded
right
by
here.
These beautiful young men again.
I'm right here with you. I can hear everything you're saying. So, that's
so
really
hurts.
So we won't have any fun, but we want you to join us, and then we can watch the movie together after our Facebook Live and live tweet with you. So make sure you post all your questions, please, on my Facebook page, and it will also live stream on Hallmark too, on all their social medias. So see you later. Bye.